Hello and welcome back. So in the last video, we added our sign up schema. So this is what will be used to validate the sign up object or the JSON object that will be sent from the client, okay, when the user creates an account. Now we're going to add two more schemas. And what is going to happen is I will show you how we add one, and then the second schema will just download the file, copy and paste, okay, so as to save time for this. So the other schema I want to add is the sign in schema, okay. So for the sign in, let's import what we have here. So I'll import joy, okay, and then const, you can call it whatever you want, of type object schema equal to joy dot object dot keys, okay. Now for this, we're going to have two fields, okay. We're going to have a username field and a password field, but on the front end, the user should be able to log in with either username or email, okay. So on the front end, we're going to have the username field and the password field, but in the username field, the user should be able to add either their username or their email, okay. So we need to do that check here. For the username validation, we are going to perform a conditional check, okay. So let me show you how we perform the conditional check. So we're going to check if it's either a string or if it's an email, okay. So if it is a string, then the string must meet the username criteria that we already set here, or if it's an email, then it needs to meet the email criteria, okay. So we are going to validate that conditionally, and I'll say joy dot alternatives, okay, dot conditional, okay, and then inside here we are going to pass the conditions. So it's going to be a string, it's going to be an email, we're going to check if it's an email, okay, joy dot string dot email, okay. So the same we have right here, okay. It has to be a string, and also it has to be a valid email, okay. That is the first condition. If it's a if it does not meet this first condition, then here we use a then, say then we need to validate it, okay. So for this, we can use the same that we already have here, okay, for the email right here, okay. So the first, we are expecting an email, okay. If it's an the email does not meet, if it's an email, then we validate the email here, check if it matches or meets these conditions, okay. Otherwise, we validate this, make sure it matches this username conditions or criteria, okay. So this is how we use the condition. We are validating a particular field, okay, conditionally, because we are expecting for the username field. For the login, you don't want to have an email field and then a username field. No, we use one field called username, and the username, we are expecting it to have a string that matches, that is at least minimum character 4 and maximum character 12, okay, and it's a string, or we are expecting it to be an email. If it is an email, we check, okay, is it a valid email, okay. If it is a valid email, then the validation will succeed, otherwise it will fail, okay. So we're validating the username conditionally here, and then for the password is the same password validation we have here. So you can copy this, it's the same password validation, okay. So nothing has changed. Password will be of type string. If it does not meet the minimum and maximum criteria, we send invalid password. If you don't want to add your own messages, you can use the one for coming from Joy, but I don't think that's makes sense, okay. So just add your own message, and then let's go ahead and export this, okay. So we go ahead and export this login schema, okay. Now the last thing we want to do is add a password schema. So we add some schema I'll call this password.ts. Now you can go ahead and download the file. Okay, so we have about three schemas here. So just go ahead, the file attached to this video, download it, and then copy and paste the contents right here. Okay, so we can go through it together. Here we have this email schema. What we are going to do with this is, if the user wants to reset their password, okay, we need to validate the email that the user will send, because if they want to request for a password reset link, they will need to add their email. So we are going to use this email schema here to validate that particular email field. Okay, and then we have the password schema, and then when they add the password, they are going to send the password and the confirm password. Maybe we can change, if this is different for you, you can change it to 12. Okay, so because we are using 12 here. Okay, so if it's not minimum 4, maximum 12. Okay, and then we validate the confirm password field. Okay, the confirm password field must be must match the password field, and this is how we do it. Okay, required valid joy.ref. So the confirm password field makes reference to the password, and then this change password schema, this will be used if the user is already logged in and they go to their settings page. Okay, they want to change their password. Okay, if they are already logged in, this here will be used if the user is not yet logged in but they want to change their password, while this one here will be used if the user is already logged in but they want to change their password. They must pass in the current password and their new password. Okay, so for the password schemes or schemas, this what we're going to use: email password schema and change password schema.